بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني علما.
So we're going to begin in Moscow. In Moscow, we're going to see something that I don't think anybody here has ever seen before, and even the children probably have seen. Okay, so let's look. Okay, let's go. Next one. Bismillah. There we go. Stop. Oh, no, go. Okay, isn't that funky? Doesn't it look like a mosque? Doesn't it? Kind of like Disneyland mosque. Right? But what is that? That is St. Basil's Basilica, built by Ivan the Terrible, who crushed the Golden Horde, who were all Muslims, of the Volga River. The Volga River was controlled by the Muslims for hundreds of years. And the Russian Empire only begins by knocking out the Volga Tatars. And he's Ivan the Terrible. He deserved his name. So he's going to force you to be a Christian. He will tear down your mosques. But then he came to Kazan, which is one of the great Tatar cities of the Middle Volga. I've had the honor to be there. And he said, this mosque is just too beautiful. So he had Tatar architects take it apart, block by block, tile by tile. They shipped it by ox cart to Moscow, and then he had Tatar architects rebuild it, but not as a mosque, as a basilica. But here you get an idea of what the mosque looked like. And there's only one thing in that which is not from the mosque. Who knows what it is?
Cross.
Sorry?
It's a cross.
Can you speak loudly?
Crisscross on the top.
Okay, but what's under it? The Golden Dome. Okay, so that cross in the Golden Dome, that is Orthodox. Nothing else is Orthodox. Nothing else. So all those Tatar mosques were destroyed. Right? That makes me sad, but that's what happened. They were destroyed. But you see their cultural imperative, that they created mosques that speak to the Russian soul. They created mosques that spoke to the Russian soul. And that's why this is the logo of Russia, isn't it? The logo of Russia. So it means we were doing what we're supposed to do. I went to Kazan. I met the imam of the mosque. Now they have a big mosque there in that place. And he was killed by extremist Muslims later. He was a beautiful young man. And I asked him, it is true, isn't it, that St. Basil's is made from the bricks and the tiles of your old mosque? You know what he said? He said, we don't like to talk about that. And then I said, yeah, well, tell me more. Because I do like to talk about that. And he said, no. He said, the Russians can have the tiles and the bricks. He said, we want their souls. We want them to come into Islam so that they don't die of alcoholism or of drug overdose and so forth. So we'll let them keep that. We won't say a word. Is that smart? That's a big lesson for me. I wish I could learn that lesson. Because if you know our history, we've got lots of tragedies. Don't think that Palestine is the first tragedy. Don't think that Syria is the first tragedy. We lost maybe 20 million Muslims in China in the 19th century. Massacred. Okay, this is sad stories, but how are we going to talk about that? We have to be careful, because do we want revenge? No. Because the people who did that, they're not around anymore, are they?